Temescal Valley resident Anurag Chandra was finally sentenced after brutally murdering 3 teenagers using his vehicle. Yep, you heard me right, guys. His vehicle. All this stemmed from a prank that the teenagers decided to pull. I should add a very harmless prank that you and I have more than likely pulled multiple times. This one hits home for that reason exactly. I was a kid, it feels like yesterday, going around the neighborhood with my friends, driving around, running around, ding-dong ditching, toilet papering people's front yards, allegedly. I guess I'm just glad that my friends and I never ran into Mr. Chandra or somebody like him. Before we get into this crazy story, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I want you to stay as informed as possible. Smash the like button so other people can stay just as informed as you. All right. So this happened in January of 2020. This trial's been going on for a while. It involved 6 teenagers. The driver of the car was 18. There was a 14-year-old and 13-year-old who survived. Then there was 3 16-year-olds who unfortunately were the ones that passed away. I can't really say that what exactly they were doing the whole time, but one of them sparked an idea to ding-dong ditch a few houses. So they did a house. One of them ran up, ran away. Hilarious. We've all done it. We've all done it as kids. Come on, you can't say you haven't. Another house. Another teenager ran up, ran away. Well, the next one was going to be a little bit different. The teenagers pulled up to Chandra's house. They chose it out of random. They pulled up. The next teenager that was chosen to run up and knock on the door got out of the car. He ran up to the door, and this time he had something in his head that he wanted to be different than his friends. So he knocked on the door. But this time he turned around and instead of running away, he pulled his pants down and mooned the door. However, Chandra, the owner of the home, was already looking out the blinds. So he was looking out the blinds and he saw this teenager's bare booty. So instead of staying in his home or maybe just opening the door and yelling at these teenagers as they run away, Chandra, something in his head snaps and he actually runs out of his home. He gets in his car and he starts chasing. He goes into a pursuit with these teenagers. The pursuit started at about 10:15 p.m. through Hawkins neighborhood. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar. The 3 surviving teenagers reported after the fact that Chandra was tailing them so close. He was giving them no leeway. At one point, the 2 cars reached like 99 miles per hour. Periodically throughout the chase, Chandra would actually approach the back of the teenager's car and touch the back of their bumper, trying to perform some type of pit maneuver or something like that. This happened about 2 to 3 times. The teenagers were likely terrified. The 18-year-old probably felt like he had all of their lives in his hands trying to get away from Chandra. Well, Chandra went to perform a pit maneuver one last time. He closed the distance from his car to their car and hit the back of their bumper hard enough, sending them into a fishtail, into just oblivion, in other words. They hit a curb, they were slightly airborne, and they hit a tree. The teenagers hit a tree. I can't even believe that 3 of them survived the crash. And what did Chandra do after that? He didn't call the police. He didn't call 911. He didn't get out and run over and see if they were okay. He slammed on his brakes, barely approaching the accident. He looked at the accident, slowly drove past the accident, sped up, and drove home. He drove home. I don't know exactly what time he got home, but we'll call it estimation. We'll call it around 11:15, 11:20. Well, it didn't take long for the police to go get to the scene. And actually, during the accident, Chandra lost a license plate, as well as a witness saw everything happen. And they actually followed a trail of liquid coming from Chandra's car all the way to his home. So there was a witness and there was a license plate. So it didn't take long for police to actually show up to Chandra's house. Try a few hours. They were there by 2 a.m. They pull up, they knock on his door, he answers, and he acts surprised. Hey, what are you guys doing here? What's going on? How can I help you guys? Obviously, it's a huge accident. There's 3 survivors, 3 witnesses that put Chandra at the scene. They put him following them. So obviously, police take him to the police station and for questioning, and the rest is history. He's taken into custody on the account of the 3 witnesses, and that's pretty much that. That's the story. The thing is, it gets a little bit worse, you guys. Chandra is even more of a piece of shit than we thought. During court, during the sentencing, during everything afterwards, Chandra showed no remorse to anybody. Chandra was a wealthy man. He was. So his main concern throughout the entire court process was his financials, and the fact that this whole thing was putting his family through a financial crisis. He brought that up many times during the court hearing, really painting a picture for the jury. Senior Deputy District Attorney Kevin Beachman told the judges that Chandra apologized during his pre-sentencing interview with the probation department, but quickly added that the trial put a financial hardship on his family. This man also bragged about a multi-million-dollar deal that he brokered with Disney before this entire incident happened. Now, let me ask you guys this. Why in the world would that be brought up in this circumstance? This man is a psychopath. This man is crazy. He was asked a lot of questions by a lot of people. Just about every answer he gave was followed by a justification of why he did it and why he was correct in doing that, which truthfully, it just shows the lack of remorse from this man. At the end of the day, Anurag Chandra was convicted of 3 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to 3 life sentences. My heart goes out to the victims' families, the victims, their friends, and I hope this piece of shit gets what he deserves in prison.